Yo. Happy Monday. Hope everybody, oh, I can't even talk. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Welcome to this episode of the Inside Scoop. I'm your host, the man with the plan, with the cleanest ways in the land, Spivey. I got in the left. You all right? Kale's the truth in the building. Was good.
What's good? What's going on?
What'd you just do? Put up the peace sign?
Time, peace, all that other stuff.
Like you had one finger up. And of course, on my right, to y'all left, Dar in the building. Was good, bro.
What's good with it? How
Not
everybody
much,
doing
man.
today?
Doing cool, man. How was your weekend?
It was eventful, man.
You said an eventful weekend?
Yeah,
Yeah.
son,
Look, your
son
face,
had
your
junior
face looking
prom.
eventful. Huh?
Yeah, it was eventful, man. Son had junior prom
I see.
and
That was
I
fire.
see.
cleaning in a bag of chitlins. You did
Looking just like you. Looking just like you.
right.
Looking just like you. Yeah, everybody had their little junior proms and proms for high school or junior high school. Kales, your daughter just went to prom too, right?
Yeah, I'm so glad that it's over with.
Man,
Man,
Yeah.
that's a job. I mean, you supposed to have fun. You supposed to be, oh my baby and all. Hell no, get this over with.
nah, man. The mamas is on my baby. We the ATM.
Oh no, we went half on everything. So you know what I'm saying. I was glad that my kids' mom had a job.
Yeah, them pockets was hurting. Them pockets was hurting one day.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying. It's cool, not too bad. You know what I mean?
No, it's a good thing, man. Just one step closer.
Always, yeah. Now I
You
gotta
know.
get him ready for. Then I get the email today about everything he gonna need for football at Eds. You know what I'm saying? He don't
Mm,
stop.
mm.
Oh, he going.
Money.
Hey
Money.
man, y'all might have to give me Poppy number, man. I might have to go down to Mexico for a minute.
You silly, man. You silly. Man, with that being said, again, I hope all y'all that's tuning in, listening, watching, however it is y'all doing it, had a good weekend. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, follow on all social media platforms, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Signature Series Network. Hey, y'all, we got a lot to get into. A lot going on. You know, we got them Cavs. We're gonna talk about their off season. We're gonna talk about the Browns schedule. A lot of more NBA playoffs. Uh, some upsets. People may say some upsets. Some people may say not some upsets. A lot of people being wrong.
I was right. And
Kels.
I was right.
I mean, I know I was wrong.
Even when Kels wrong and lose, he gonna find a way to
You already know it.
to build with it. With that being said, we about to get straight into the action that happened last night. The defending champion, the Denver Nuggets, woo, had a tough one. Round two of the playoffs after sweep. You know, everybody thought Denver was looking like, oh, they poised to go back to back repeat, which is hard to do in any sport. Ran into some young wolves in Minnesota. It went seven. You know, it started off Minnesota winning the first two. Denver went to Minnesota, got them, and just been going back and forth since. But the Wolves eliminated the Nuggets last night to move on to the Western Conference Finals. Why y'all think? What was the main reason y'all think that Denver lost that series?
I said, in order to be the champs, you got to beat the champs.
Right.
Game 7, who wanted more? And you know what I'm saying? It was tight up until it was tight because I watched it up until, and then I had to leave out and I came back, but it was tight up until it was 75-72. And it was going back and forth.
The Nuggets was whooping on them too.
Yeah, they was up 20.
Yeah,
It was up 20. Now you up 20 at home, you're never supposed to get that away. But it goes to show who wanted more. And hey, the Wolves, they was hungry. You know, you got Pacers, You got Timberwolves, you got Boston, you got Dallas. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Knicks,
I
these
can barely hear you.
real. These teams is for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna be competitive. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be competing for the next few years as long as they team, the core of their teams to stay together. But 20 years after Kevin Garnett went to the semi-conference finals, man, that's the last time they've been. So it was only right this time when they go. And hey, Ant-Man, we sure he ain't Jordan's son?
Man, cut, cut.
That man the truth. Kels.
Yeah.
The Nuggets
Why
blew
we
it.
ain't get him, man?
Who, Ant-Man?
Yeah.
And Ant-Man was not. They lucky.
Oh no, because Minnesota had the number 2 pick, I believe, that year.
What?
When they drafted Ant-Man.
And we had the number 1.
No, I don't think did we have the number 1 pick?
Yeah, we couldn't even get Ant-Man then. I don't know what he talking about. We couldn't even
Yeah,
get.
I don't think we had a chance to get Ant-Man that year he came. I could be wrong. Look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Kels, did the Nuggets lose this series or Minnesota just took it? Or Minnesota won it?
It's a combination of both. I mean, the Nuggets was up by 20 in the first half. I think they kind of relaxed in the second half because they figured that they had the home court. And Minnesota lucked up because Ant-Man really didn't have a good game.
He had a horrible game. Horrible game.
Original, so the original person who was supposed to be taking over that team, Cat, finally came and sold out. So this game,
he did.
So other than that, I feel as though they Denver lost this, but also Minnesota wanted it badly. That's how they came. I know few, but like Denver already been in Game 7, and when they went up that big lead, I think they relaxed a little bit. And once the momentum came towards Minnesota, it was over from there on. Minnesota was hot. Cat started hitting some threes. Murray and usually when Murray and the Joker have good games, they win. But once again, it was Cat and the defense with Minnesota pull them out. So it's a good thing because I was getting tired. Honestly, I was getting tired of seeing the same damn teams, Denver and whoever.
You can't say that. Denver, like, what you mean seeing the same teams? What
it was Denver and the Lakers. Now I'm talking about just Denver. Denver and whoever. I'm tired of Denver. You know what I'm saying? So now it's Minnesota.
Denver, they just won last year.
Right, you tired of Denver after 1 year?
They ain't even repeated, three-peated.
No, none of that.
Nothing.
Always been Denver in the Western Conference Finals titles. Denver.
What? Man,
Man,
what did you talk about?
Denver ain't been in the Western Conference Finals since what? J.R. Smith, Melo?
No, they won it.
No, I mean, they won the title last year. That was a first time being in the Western Conference Finals in some years.
Saying.
But like, yeah, after 1 year,
I'm getting tired of Denver. So
I think what he's trying to say is, we gotta.
And I get tired of Denver. Ain't no translation.
We gotta translate for him. I think what he's trying to say is he got tired of all the Jokic hype.
No,
I don't understand how you say you was tired of Denver.
I just want to see something different. I want to see some young bloods in there. I want to see some new people like. And
you act like Denver just had a run like the Warriors had, like when it was Warriors and Cavs for 4 straight years or something. You act like that's what the Nuggets just did. No, they just won a championship last year, and they got to the playoffs this year trying to go for a repeat. So I'm not understanding, like, huh?
They was in it all the time. All the time they always got past.
What?
So
what up, JD?
Hold on. Before I say I got to say, I'm just still trying to really understand you on this. So
okay.
Let me ask you a question. Was you tired of the Cavs?
I'm a Cavalier fan. So
was you tired of the Warriors?
Fan. Huh? Yes, I was getting tired of the Warriors.
I said, was you tired of the Warriors?
Yes.
So well, I guess the better question is, was you tired of every defending champion? Let me say that. Whoever won the championship, was you tired of the next season after 1 year?
I was getting tired of. I was getting tired of Michael and them. I was tired of the Bulls because I kept saying Bulls versus Magic. All the NBA.
Okay, I get if you talk about the Bulls. We all know they went to.
I was tired.
92 to 98. They was always in the finals. I get that. I get the Warriors and the Cavs.
We're talking about something current, man.
Yeah, we're talking about current. Really they just won a championship.
I'm tired of Denver. Denver get all the hype and Denver get all the noise. I'm just tired of
Denver. They defend the champs. What you mean?
They supposed to.
Now we don't have to talk. I mean, even though I wanted them to win because I wanted my prediction to win, but looking at it, no. I mean, I'm glad Minnesota won. And I'm glad that Dallas is in it too. So whoever win the championship this year, you're gonna be tired of them next year. If it's not the Cavaliers, I'm tired of them.
So in other words, what I'm getting from you is every year you want to see. Okay, this year you had. Let's just take it in the West. This year you had Denver, the Lakers, Minnesota, Dallas, the Clippers, and Phoenix. I might be missing one. So you want to see, besides them teams next year in the playoffs, you want to see some fresh blood in the playoffs next year. That's what you're saying?
I rather put it like this. You're gonna have your Denvers and all that in there, the Clippers and all that. I'd rather see like Sacramento, Minnesota again, OKC.
All the top, man. Now I'm really confused, man. I ain't even trying to process.
Okay, he didn't even win nothing. I would like to see OKC get into a finals. I mean, all these other teams that's been to a finals, I want to see OKC be in the finals for the first.
So you get tired of a team. So Minnesota win the championship, you should be tired of them after this season. Then.
No, I mean I'm gonna be like, okay, let's see what they do. But I don't want to see them defend again. I mean, I mean different things.
You say you don't want to see them. Is you all right? You all right today?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a Cavaliers fan, first of all, if it's the Cavs, then I don't care. But
you just said I don't want to see them defend. I want to see them defend.
I want to see them defend, but I don't want to see them win.
I can't translate this.
Yeah, I can't, man. Look, I ain't about to try to. I don't get it. So
I will say, Jokic wasn't getting them calls last night.
I just want a different storyline. Just put it like that. I want a different storyline.
But how do you expect to get a different storyline when an organization don't build teams just for 1 year to win for 1 year?
This is a better storyline that the new Minnesota, the Timberwolves, the young Timberwolves, going against a Mavericks team that Luka has never been to pass into in the NBA title. Now let's see that if Luka can take the Mavs to the NBA Finals.
But in defense of Denver, they just won a championship and they trying to defend their title. So I'm not understanding.
They defended and they lost. So now it's a new person gonna win the title this year.
I don't.
Like I'm getting tired of, like in NFL, I'm getting tired of the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't want to see them three.
You say you don't want to do what?
I don't want to see them three-peat.
Man, listen, you can't get mad at an organization if they put themselves in position to win, man. Like, but see, that's kind of fitting coming from you, a man who like to always roll with the underdogs and the people not expected to do nothing. So coming from you, I guess I don't understand it, but getting back to the Nuggets in the Woods, y'all got to excuse Kel. I don't know what would be wrong with him, but yeah, I think Minnesota wanted this.
You called it too.
Even though Denver won it to our home, I was just mind boggled how Minnesota went away from what they did in Denver to get the 2-0 lead. And when they did that, that gave what you don't want to do to defend the champions is belief. You know what I'm saying? Hope after being down 0-2. And that's what they did for Denver. And Denver got on a little run to where they started hitting shots, running the same thing they've been running when they was down 0-2 kills. But in this situation, they started hitting shots, and Minnesota stopped playing defense. But the last two games where Minnesota needed it, they went back to the Timberwolves at the beginning of the series and dominated both games. I ain't gonna say dominated both games, but dominated game 6, game 7. They had to come back from being 20 down in Denver. On top of that, with the Ant-Man having a real off night, so I think the Wolves wanted it. The better team to me won. I felt like Minnesota was better than Denver going into the series anyway. I picked Minnesota anyway, just by I felt like they was able to match up and really throw bodies at Joker, because to beat the Nuggets, you got to somehow contain the Joker, tire him out, and make him work on both ends of the court instead of just reserving energy on defense and getting you 35 on offense, because he got all the energy in the world to do that. So, yeah, Minnesota wanted it. I think Denver got a lot. I think what hurt Denver was them losing the pieces that they lost last year in free agency, the Jeff Greens and the Bruce Brown. I don't know why we call him Bruce Bowen, but Bruce Brown. I think that really hurt them coming into this season, because they was a big key factor for them in last year's playoffs. So yeah, Minnesota got it. The better team won, and they moved on to the Western Conference Finals. But Kells, you tripping, dog? you tripping? After 1 year, you tired of seeing the team like win. Like, that's crazy. I can see.
Boston better win something.
You say what?
Boston better win something, because I'm tired of Boston too.
No. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. As far as, all right, Boston, man, y'all had the same team, but we gonna get into the Celtics. We're gonna get into the Celtics. Also, in another game yesterday, the Indiana Pacers, same situation as Minnesota was, down 3-2, come back and beat the Knicks in 7 in Madison Square Garden. They suffered another injury, and Jalen Brunson going out. Who would you put this series loss on, Kells, for the Knicks? Who would you put this series on?
The injuries came at the wrong time. I feel as though even Jalen Brunson got a fractured hand in Game 7, so you know where that was coming from. But the game came down to this: Indiana shot 67% for the whole series. So where was the Knicks' so-called great defense? You know, maybe because they had OG, maybe Julius Randle could have helped, but 67% that stopped the ball from the feet, the NBA record. So, and Boston gonna have a tough time with Indiana for the simple fact they like to run, and they don't push the ball. They push the ball up with the ball.
Who don't like to run? Who don't like to run?
I say they like to run.
Oh, okay.
Indiana, and they don't dribble the ball up the court. They pass the ball up the court, which is going to be hard for Boston to set their defense up. So I'm looking for this series to be, but I'm looking for the Boston series to be a high-scoring series. Boston gonna have to come play, because if Boston don't come play, Indiana might be the in-season tournament type of feeling. You know what I'm saying? Going to the NBA final type of feeling. You know, so I feel as though the injuries really hurt New York, but the Pacers really took it to New York and really scored the ball really well. And Miles Turner played a good series this series too. So Miles Turner gonna be key to that team too.
I'm a disagree with you as far as completely blaming the injuries. Injuries is a part of the injuries are part of the game. Injuries is part of the game. But I feel like that comes down on Tom Thibodeau. Why his players get injured? By the way he played them throughout the season, the regular season. He played them too many minutes. It's like he run a 7-8-man rotation. Hell, in the playoffs, I can understand why Josh Hart probably suffered his injury. This dude ain't sitting down. He ain't been sitting down in the whole playoffs since round 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Tom Thibodeau be running his players in the ground. So some type of injuries bound to happen, and unfortunately, it was injuries to some of I ain't gonna say some, their best 3 players, for real. OG, Brunson, and Julius Randle. So, well, let me say I'm agree with you to a certain extent because yes, injuries, injuries happen, but it was also I think the way the Pacers play, as you just said, they like to run. The Knicks like to grind it out, smash on half court basketball. But the Pacers, as you said yesterday, the Knicks will score. It's like soon they score, the Pacers up on the other end of the court, score the basket of their own. Right. They get a rebound, they gone. And I just think the Knicks got tired. And this happened with every team that Tom Thibodeau coached. Look how the Bulls was back in the days when he was coaching Chicago Bulls, Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler, them boys. Like, he just run his players in the ground too much during the regular season. So I think a lot of it falls on Tom Thibodeau. And I picked the Pacers going into this series. Just by the way the Pacers play, they put up 120 to 130 points a game, the highest scoring team in the league. And I knew, like the Knicks wouldn't be able to keep pace and keep up with them. Fatigue was going to catch in, and then as you saw, injuries kicked in. So the Pacers wanted it. The Pacers out there got it. They went to New York, the mecca of all arenas, and got it done. Now they moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Where you at with it, Dar?
Pacers did what they were supposed to do. They ran them boys out the gym, which we last week we said that when we was making our picks that Halliburton will have to have a decent game. Mm-hmm. Miles will have to have a nice game. And them boys put up some decent numbers, man. It was a well-rounded scoring event. They weren't playing. They right. Went and took care of business. They understood. But then you gotta realize, man, who their coach is. That's Rick Carlisle. He won one with the Mavs.
Sure did.
So I really didn't expect anything different. I just thought Tom Thibodeau would get one. You know what I'm saying? Get that game 7 and be in the Eastern Conference Final. I wanted to see that for him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because he didn't get that when he was with the Bulls. Because
I think he got to the Eastern Conference Finals with Chicago, and I believe they lost to Miami. Yeah, they lost to Miami.
Oh yeah, that was after Bron left.
No, that was with Bron. Remember when Bron went to Miami? It was Miami.
No, I'm saying that was when Bron left here.
Yeah.
That was when Bron left here.
Yeah.
They still can't get past him, so never left.
Right. But as far as I'm eager to see what they do against Boston.
Out the goddamn court.
It's gonna be interesting. When it gets to the playoffs and the last 4 teams, conference finals and stuff like that. You gotta pay attention, man, because really the finals is gonna be about who's gonna bring in the better ratings. I mean, don't get me wrong, the best team is gonna win, but they also want to make sure that they're gonna get some premium ratings for the NBA finals too.
Oh, I believe
New York can win.
I believe this year they're gonna get ratings regardless in the finals. I mean,
if you talk
look at each team. You want to see Ant-Man win.
You want to see Miles Turner. You want to see Carlisle go against Dallas, his old team, last team he won with.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's some storylines out there.
Yeah, it's gonna get some storylines. You say what?
The storyline. Can Kyrie win one without LeBron?
Yeah.
I ain't never said about that. You know what I'm saying? Luka finally get over the hump and take his Dallas Mavericks team to a finals. You know what I'm saying? So can Ant-Man be that man that went to the US Olympic team, develop his leadership skills, and come back and lead Minnesota to what they haven't done since Mikan, I think. If don't quote me, when they with the Minneapolis Lakers or something like that.
I think I don't want to say the Knicks. I mean, I feel you saying the Knicks is cursed. I feel that, but it's more or less I'm gonna put they owner. You know what I'm saying? They just cursed with a bad owner, man. Like who? Like I think that's what they cursed at, man. Like
Right.
ownership. They need to change that, man, in order for I feel like the Knicks to get back to an NBA Finals and win it. Like Dolan, he I don't know. I don't know. But get back to the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton, as y'all said, stepped it up. These last 3 games. Yesterday, I don't know what he was on yesterday. He was, as Blaze would say, splickety splat. It was just everywhere. He just,
you know something about him though is all, like I always say, with a shooter, it's all confidence. Once the shooters see their first 2 shots going in, they start feeling themselves and they start doing stuff. Like Halliburton can always shoot. Halliburton always can shoot, but he's like I always say, a rhythm type shooter. And
we was having a conversation about Halliburton during the season, you know, because how he started the season off just like on the tear, like how he was doing in the playoffs, and then all of a sudden it went down. But I think his play went down because the injury started kicking in with him, and I think once he got healthy, the more healthy he got, you know what I'm saying, you start seeing Tyrese Halliburton get back to what he was doing. Hey, I feel you, Blaze. He was all night. I mean, he was running back to the 3-point line, turning around, yakking him.
When a person go back and instead of all that other good stuff,
he feeling it.
He feeling it.
As Beyonce said, he feeling himself. He was feeling himself. But yeah, nevertheless, Pacers got it done, man. Another year the Knicks failed. They got to the second round last year, got knocked out after beating our beloved Cavs last year. They went to the second round, got knocked out again, knocked out this year. Now we got to see what's ahead of them in their offseason. You know, some players they want to re-sign and bring back if they can. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm with you though. I did want to see Thibodeau. You know what I'm saying? Because I like him as a coach. I do. Yeah. Like he's a great coach. It's just his method, how he go at it, man. Like he will run you down, like, and he'll get you prepared for the playoffs. But when you get there, woo.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between his style and JB?
What I mean by Thibodeau's style is that
JB do the thing.
No, JB, at least JB Bickerstaff will sit some of his players down and let them rest. But that's what I mean by his style. Thibodeau, how many minutes you played in the game? It was what, 48 minutes? 48?
Hart played 45.
He played like 120
minutes. He played like what, 46 minutes in the first game, 44 minutes, 45 minutes in the second game.
He played
another 40, I think 48 in the third game.
Right, you can't like
another 48 in the fourth game.
Yeah, in the playoffs, you definitely can't do that. But in the regular season, he do the same thing. At least Bickerstaff would sit players down and you get a breather. At least at the 5:30 mark of every quarter, you said either Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland being sat down and somebody else coming in, carries the verse of the word or whatever. Thibodeau, man, them boys out there running. I mean, running like he is playing them, and your body can't take all that in the 82-game season. At some point in time, you gonna wear down that. And as usual, in the playoffs for a Tom Thibodeau team, they wore down.
Bay said something like that had a energy with the Miami Heat for the injury, right? Mm-hmm. But it's the most conditioned team in the NBA.
Who?
The Heat. And they're the most conditioned team in the NBA.
I don't know if they're the best. I know they up there though. I don't know if they're the best in the NBA, but I know they up there.
You gotta come to camp at a certain weight before you even start practicing, or you'll be fine. So is it how they most of they are soft tissue?
I think it's just for real, man. And their injuries be coming. Butler, That's the main name I could think of, Jimmy Butler. Like right around this time, like hell, he come from the Thibodeau tree. He come from the Todd Thibodeau tree. But he always getting hurt, man. And that's why I feel like that's another reason why I think Miami really gonna think about giving Butler this extension because of his availability. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Move it. Hold on. I think this Blaze.
You already know it. Come on
Blaze
in, Blaze.
They are, but the injuries ain't got nothing to do with that. And the injuries come with Jimmy Butler, man. Like for real, it be Butler. They get him together. Butler can play at least a 75, 77 game season. Or Miami they'll be all right.
Yeah.
We got them out the way. This one I don't want to crush you, man. We go get to these Cavs all season after they've been knocked off by the Boston Celtics. A lot has been going on in the Cleveland camp. A lot of noise, a lot of talking, been chirped around. But far as the Cavs off season, I feel like one, I ain't gonna get to the big part of it yet. We definitely gonna discuss that. But they got to get that bench together. They got to get something. I thought George Niang was gonna come over here and do what we brought him over here to do, which was hit open shots because he was a shooter in Philadelphia, and he just completely went MIA. We couldn't find him. Had to put an APB out, still couldn't find him. He's still missing right now. Ain't no telling if he'll ever return. We don't know. But I think the Cavs, first thing they need to do, I ain't gonna say the first thing, but one thing they do need to do is go out and get some players who come off the bench and really give you them for a fact every night. Like Josh Hart. We know Josh Hart. He gonna come out there and get you damn near double every night. He gonna get them boards for you, and he gonna get you about 10 or 12 points. You know what I'm saying? He may have a game the way he gets you 20 something, but we know that's what he gonna give us. We don't know what Matt Strus gonna give us. You know what I'm saying? And here's another guy that we brought over here to give us that depth on the bench and that scoring coming off the bench. We don't know none of that.
That's who started though.
But I guess you could say he started.
That's who started.
I guess. But we definitely got to shore up that bench and get more scoring coming off the bench. But now I'm glad y'all took Strus.
No, you're not, because if we'd have took, because the thing with Strus with Miami, all right, put it like this: would you rather have Strus or Caleb Martin?
Strus or Caleb Martin for this Cavs team?
Huh?
For this Cavs team?
For his Miami Heat team, because Strus is a better shooter than Caleb Martin and had better games as a Heat as Caleb Martin had. So that's what I'm saying. So that's like 2020. Strus didn't do well with Cleveland because they probably weren't running the same offense as Miami, or he didn't.
Here you go, Kels. Here you go.
because I mean, you look at the game, he was passing up shots that's that Miami Heat. He'll go to the hole and he'll pass up a shot and they're going to turnover because he tried to make the pass instead of shooting the ball. He was not aggressive as a starter. So I feel as though we need a wing in the off season.
Okay, let me ask you this: what was you expecting from Matt Strus?
The same thing he did in Miami. Big open shots. Be good on defense. I wasn't expecting Matt Strus to average 20 points a game. I would at least 15 and maybe 6 boards a game at the small forward spot.
He didn't average that in Miami.
He was because he had other players, but he had open shots. He was averaging 11. He could have averaged 4 more points here because he could get more shots up. Because
in Miami, Matt Strus had to deal with who?
Butler,
Tyler Hero, and Bam Adebayo.
El Alabayo.
Okay, in Cleveland, he got to deal with Darius
Mitch
Garland,
Garland.
Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley don't get that many touches.
But Evan Mobley is an option before Matt Strus.
On the perimeter shot.
As a period. Look, you got Donovan Mitchell is our first option. Our first option on the team.
Right.
Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
Second option was supposed to be Darius Garland. And then your third option was Evan Mobley.
He's supposed to be, but most likely they never went down there. They never went down the only.
I'm not talking about far as you trying to post them up or Matt Strus from shoot from deep. I'm just saying the scoring options on your team: Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley.
But he could have averaged at least 4 more points a game here because he could have had more open shots.
He was getting open shots. He wasn't hitting them.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So it's not. He didn't score as much because he was missing his shot and his percentage was down this year. He shot better in Miami than he shot in Cleveland, which was odd to me. He shot better in Miami than he shot in Cleveland this year. Anyway, the Cleveland Cavaliers need a scoring small forward anyway. We need a small forward anyway. So if I'm looking in the offseason, I'm looking for a small forward who can score. Which Brandon Ingram is available.
He sure is.
So I would look at Brandon Ingram. I'll look at who is another player that's looking that on this contract is looking to move. Hell, I'll look out any small forward available. I will look at it. I'll look for him because they looking at Trey and Brandon Ingram is definitely on the market because they looking for Troy Murphy to be the starting power forward here with Herbert Jones. So
where you at,
Y'all said a lot. Two things, well, a couple things, but and I'll say the coaching piece for the latter. But it's obvious we do need some, in order to compete with a New York, in order to compete with a Boston, Indiana, in the playoffs, even Orlando, we barely got out of that series. We're gonna have to have, at least in our top 9 or 8 rotation, we're gonna have to have some shooters, man, some confident shooters. Some people that's willing to dribble, drive, and go to the rack. Some people that's willing to get the contact, you know what I'm saying, to get to the free throw line, and just get back to the basics for real, because I thought we could have beat Boston. We could have beat Boston. We ran away from the basics.
I feel like if Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell played the whole series, I feel like we would have beat Boston. Because Boston really didn't take off on us until like in the fourth quarter, it'd be like 7 minutes left.
That third quarter in every game was crucial. And we you know what I'm saying? We need prominent defenders, and we also need some heavy scoring in our 8-9 man rotation. So that said, I welcome a Brandon Ingram. I welcome a couple free agents, that's willing to come. That's willing to come here. I think Darius Garland need a change of scenery. I'm not letting Donovan Mitchell go. I mean, he's the best thing smoking. I signed him to his extension, or at least put the extension on the table and see where that goes. But I would let Darius Garland go before I let Donovan Mitchell go.
I'm glad you brought up Darius Garland because he was next on the list. Brian,
come on home, man.
We drafted Garland to start really like getting a rebuilding going. He was gonna be the point guard. We tried the Colin Sexton experiment, which I never was a Colin Sexton fan. Like I didn't want them. I didn't want them to draft Colin Sexton in the get go. I wasn't a fan. And you say what?
That I was a Colin Sexton fan.
I ain't gonna say I hated him all like that or just. I just want a fan of Colin. I do like his intensity that he play on defense. I do like his grit on defense. So they drafted him, and they start looking at Colin Sexton like, well, maybe he's not really a point guard, or a point guard. So they go out and draft Darius Garland, and they lightweight paired them up in the backcourt. That didn't work. And then which led to the whole Donovan Mitchell thing coming here. But Darius Garland, you didn't show up in the playoffs this year. You had one game, maybe two good games, one against Orlando, and then a 30-point game.
He didn't show up last year either. So that's 2 years in a row.
Yes, didn't show up last year. And for you to come out and make the comments that you made, after the loss to the Celtics, as far as Donovan Mitchell, we gonna get on him in a hot second, that you're gonna ask for a trade. Now, this is the thing that killed me with young players. Yeah. He said if the Cavs resign Donovan Mitchell, he's gonna ask for a trade. Now, the thing that killed me, that irritates me with these young players nowadays, and it kind of reminded me of the whole Kyrie situation. When
we want to be the man.
Yeah, when we had Kyrie Irving there, and then we went out and got David Griffith to be the GM. And Griffith basically told Kyrie like how he built Phoenix and how he built a team around Steve Nash, that he wanted to do the same thing with Kyrie Irving. Unfortunately, nobody knew that same summer LeBron was going to decide to come back to Cleveland. Who's not going to resign? Who's not going to sign LeBron James? Who's going to turn down and have LeBron James services on their team? Nobody. So when that happened, Kyrie started getting to his feelings. And then we won a championship. After we won the championship, he asked to be out. He wanted to be traded. Kind of like if this Darius Garland situation, remember the same thing. What did you do before Donovan Mitchell got here? Where did you take us before Donovan Mitchell got here?
It baffled me when Kyrie asked for the trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Kyrie, you only spent one season at Duke. You was injured the majority of that season.
Hey, but Kyrie,
you get here, and you spend what the first couple of years of you really only played half a season in each season because you go down injured.
But Kyrie,
your first full healthy season. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly, you go down. You know what I'm saying? And you get the finals come. You and K-Love hurt. Then that's in 15. That's in 15. 16, y'all come back and win it all. And now you ask for a trade because you hit the shot. If it wasn't for the block, it wouldn't have been no shot.
I don't think it was because you hit the shot. Go ahead, Kels.
It was a lot of turmoil between each camp, I feel as though. I feel, me personally, what I was reading and what I was hearing, it was more his camp, his father, the matter, because him and LeBron, he thought his son was better than LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So it was more like because after he went through Boston, after he went through
Brooklyn,
to all them, he called LeBron and apologized because he knew now he understood why he was so hard on him. If you'd have just waited, you'd have had the keys to the car. But I feel as though that Kyrie has more maturity now than he was better. That's why he can get along with Luka now a little bit better. Because now he understands to be great, you need another great player behind you instead of my ego getting involved in it. But
and to your point, Kels, it's not even that a great player is behind you. You got a great player right next to you. You got the man right next to you.
But to be good,
as soon as Bron touched down that summer, Here come Kyrie with his own shoe.
Right. And let me ask you,
come on, man.
ask you,
But you better, but your count telling you better than Brian, and you could go anywhere. And you was a cancer in Boston, you was a cancer in Brooklyn. They tried to pair you up with KD. That didn't work.
KD is not a leader. Keep telling y'all that. KD
not one either.
KD is more like
I think
a person who basketball.
And we touched on this earlier in the season. Twan, you said, well, what about the Mavs? And what did I say? I said, if Kyrie can be Kyrie and coexist with Luka, that'll be the only way they get as far as they got right now. Because without that, without Kyrie being able to, you know what I'm saying, let Luka be him and Kyrie be Kyrie, as long as Kyrie was trying to be on the power trip and trying to be the man, everything failed.
I'm gonna say this. Kyrie is more clutch than Luka.
I don't care about being more clutch.
I agree.
I'm talking about the mindset.
That's
the mindset override all of that, bro.
That's the point. The point. Who's gonna take the tough shot when you really need it? I'd rather for Kyrie to take the tough shot than Luka any day of the week.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying Kyrie mindset. When Kyrie left here, his mindset was I'm the man. They showed him in Boston, he wasn't the man. They showed him in Brooklyn, he wasn't the man. He landed in Dallas, he's still not the man because technically that's Luka's team. They drafted him. So now you can't be the man. So you gotta change your mindset, bro. And you gotta change your mindset. This Luka team, I'm not the man, but I could still be the man alongside this man, and we could coexist and win a championship.
Can't be two men.
I'm saying it's the mindset, bro. Regardless of whoever we want to take that shot, that's fine and dandy. But his mindset when he left Cleveland, went to Boston, went to Brooklyn.
He very much matured. He very much
it's way different.
He was. And
that's why Dallas is successful this season. But as long as it was, what I'm trying to say is, as long as Kyrie was still on that I'm the man shit, going to Dallas, it wasn't going to work.
And that's what I feel is going to happen with the whole point of me asking that, as far as like making us say as far as the Kyrie, it's like Darius Garland doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like you took us nowhere or to the promised land or to the playoffs.
We didn't get to the playoffs until Donovan Mitchell came.
Right, before Mitchell got here.
Okay.
And these young players got to start understanding that, you know, you got it's hard to play the NBA. You got to crawl before you walk. Look at Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Like, he been in the league for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But he's still young, and he been in one NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough. And they had that team they got now basically since he been in Boston.
Yeah.
Al Horford left and came back.
Ancient as hell.
I think about the Darius Garland thing, and I'll just it's hard. I'm not gonna say it's hard. It shouldn't be hard because you got $200 million. But he did have an all-star year. He did average 21 points a game. He still averaged like 20 points.
Let me ask you this. Was that all-star game that he went to, was it because he actually earned it to make it, or was it because it was in Cleveland? We had to have a Cleveland representative.
We had two Cavaliers that year. We had Jared Allen.
Jared Allen, he was balling that year.
Darius Garland was too. And then you bring another dominant ball person on your team who gonna take away from your dribbler. I mean, I'm not making no excuses because you got to play with whoever you got to play. You're a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? You got to adjust. But the mindset of when we brought in Mitchell, he was like 21, 22, right? Or something like that, right? So it's hard a 21-year-old to understand that now I have to get ball more.
So are you basically saying so let me ask you a question. Are you saying that us getting Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland eyes is stopping his growth?
I think most people in the league think that what happened. If I was the Cavaliers again, going back and look at it, the person who could really play with Mitchell would have been Colin Sexton. Because Colin Sexton don't give a F. He don't care. You know what I'm saying? He just there to play.
But who knew later on that down the line that we would even be able to get Donovan Mitchell while Colin Sexton was here and Darius Garland was trying to coexist. So my point is this. Darius Garland, you got $200 million, man. 197.5. Shut the fuck up and play ball. You could still average 21 points a game. But what do? He dribble, penetrate, don't want the contact. He get to the rim, don't shoot the ball, kick it out for a three, and now it's a missed shot when he had a layup at the rim.
It's the only
so I'm saying he have a lot more easy shots at the rim.
This is the only year that Garland has done that. This is the only year that
Bullshit.
You look back the first 2 years of Garland's career, he was going to the basket getting hurt. This is the only year when you got your jaw broken up and shit. And every time you look up, he get hit in the face with a back. You know how many times he got hit in the face this year? I'm not making no excuse. I'm just saying in the cycle of a ball.
Appreciate that. Keep it coming.
That's what's up. That's what's
Keep
up.
It coming.
That's
Keep
what's
it
up.
coming. Keep it coming. Yes.
That's what's
Yes.
up.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm just saying from a player viewpoint, you know, he had a bad year. But once again, if anybody got to go, if I had to keep one of them, I would get Mitchell. But if I'm going to trade Garland, I'm going to have to get a small forward out of this.
I agree with that. Speaking of Donovan Mitchell,
I'm going to have to get a small forward.
No, I agree with that. Speaking of Donovan Mitchell, we are in what do we call very scary territory now. You know, Donovan Mitchell has the option after next season to sign it. Well, actually, he can sign an extension this year, but we got like one more year with him, so he'd be having the option either leaving or staying. Reports coming from Adrian Wojnarowski that Donovan Mitchell said he's happy in Cleveland. Some say he's saying the right political thing. You know what I'm saying? Like some believe him. Do you think Donovan Mitchell should sign an extension with Cleveland? Do you think he should? And do we have? Of course, we're gonna have to show him that we are still committed to winning and not just making it to a first and second round, but trying to really compete for championships. So, and we can offer him. I think it's 4 years, $208
million.
$8 million.
He waited.
What do you think is the future of Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland, Dar?
Hey man.
Oh shit.
Donovan Mitchell gonna be here, bro.
Hey man.
Donovan Mitchell gonna be here. Now, what I will say is something that if the Cavs want to play this move right, you evaluate your coaching options.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? See who's out there if you're going to try to move on from JB.
Fired.
I personally think we don't – I personally – unless – who you going to go get? Frank Vogel?
No.
Who? I've been hearing about Chris Quinn from Miami. I've been hearing about Chris Quinn, but there's only three top names. Frank Vogel is one of them. Chris Quinn is another one, and I can't remember who else. But the guy that took Milwaukee to the championship and won, he already with Phoenix. So that's over with. What I want to see the Cavs do is understand their options, their head coaching options, sit down and figure out what they're gonna do as far as Bickerstaff. But while they doing that, hey, make the necessary deals that y'all need to make and build around Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Free agency is around the corner. Okay. So if Brandon Ingram a free agent, go on and make him an offer.
No, we have to trade for him. Yeah, we have to
We
trade.
got to trade him. I thought he was a free agent.
No,
no.
we have to trade.
Okay.
I think he had
Well-
the same similar situation as Donovan Mitchell.
Okay,
Oh,
so then we orchestrate a package. You know what I'm saying? Who gotta go? Darius Garland gotta go. Strus gotta go. Yang gotta go.
I don't want
Man,
And somebody else. I'm keeping Marcus Morris. I'm keeping Karis LeVert or Karis. If the deal's sweet enough, Karis could go too.
man.
But
I
I
don't
gotta
think
keep.
nobody
I,
give up
I
on
gotta
that.
keep
All
Karis.
right.
For defense, I gotta keep Karis. I gotta keep Okoro.
this
Um,
D Mitch, go ahead and get that bread. Stay
Right.
here in Cleveland. We got something going.
But
I
I think him signing is contingent upon what he does see. But I do think he signed.
yeah.
I do think he signed. I don't
Go
think
ahead.
it's gonna be right. I don't think the offer and him signing is gonna be early in the summer. I think he's gonna want to see what moves need to be made, what
course.
moves get made, especially with Darius Garland
course.
unhappy talking about if he get an extension, he's gonna ask for a trade.
But see,
Go
that's
on
the
ahead
thing,
about your
though.
business, Garland. Go on ahead about
That's
your
the thing.
business.
I would hope that Donovan Mitchell really is true to what he say as far as him being happy in Cleveland. He like Cleveland. He like what we got going on. I hope and pray that, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm going to take the man for his word. So with that being said, I'm hoping they could get this extension signed ASAP.
Yeah,
I don't want to go into
lock in too.
I
Because
don't want to
it'll
go
be a
into next
distraction
season.
all season.
Right. That's what I don't want to happen. We
Right.
go into the season where, you know, Donovan Mitchell ain't signed an extension yet, but, you know, we got an unhappy Darius Garland, and you know how these players nowadays get when they unhappy.
I will say this. I heard a report today saying, or I read a report from a reliable source that it's very, very likely that the Cavs running back with their core four. Mitchell,
Donovan, Darius.
Donovan, Garland, Allen,
No,
Mobley.
he's not resigning with that. Look, if I'm Kobe Alton, this is what I'll be thinking. I'll call the Pels up. First off, I'll call the Pels up. What do you want for Brandon Ingram? Okay. And this might not be a popular thing, what I'm about to say. All right, I'll give you Jared Allen. And Darius Garland for CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram.
Hell no, the Pelicans ain't about to do that, man. They not about to do that.
Or okay, they're not gonna do that. Okay, give me Brandon, or I'll go to the Lakers because Lakers won't go one of them. Go to the Lakers. I'll go to the Pelicans. Give me Brandon Ingram. Give me AR. And give me Vanderbilt or for Garland and Allen. Whoever Pelicans want.
The Pelicans don't have you said AR.
Austin Reeves.
He played for the Lakers, not the Pelicans.
I said Garland go to the Lakers.
Oh, so you said a 3-team deal.
Garland go to the Lakers. Allen go to the Pelicans. No, Garland go to the Lakers. I'm trying to see. No, we're gonna have a separate deal. A separate deal. Allen,
you trying to confuse yourself, man.
Allen
We
going
gotta translate again.
Allen going to the Pels. Allen going to the Pels for Brandon Ingram. Garland go to the Lakers for AR and Vanderbilt.
Now I heard Achimura with
Rudy.
with the Garland
Or Rudy.
with the Garland deal. Garland to the Lakers for Achimura and Reeves. But here's my trade, right? Let me go ahead and get Brandon Ingram out you. You understand me? For Darius Garland and a future pick. Let me
Gonna do that.
I'm gonna keep Allen. I'm gonna keep Mobley. Hey Brian, bring your ass. Call up Clay Thompson, and y'all come on through. We need shooters here, bro. Come on through.
Man, so the only problem with that is this. How we gonna make all that happen?
Exactly, with no money.
Yeah,
Or
how you
access.
think? Brian could take the veteran minimum. He
Yeah, Brian ain't about to do that. When have you known Brian to take a veteran minimum at
He can
anything?
come back here on a discount, bro. This your third time, bro.
When
You
have you
come
known
back here on a
Brian to take a
discount, bro.
discount on anything?
Look,
I do like the Darius Garland and the Pelicans situation. I even like Darius Garland going to the Lakers situation. You know what I'm saying? But if that happened, if Darius Garland going to the Lakers was to happen, listen, we can't
You
get
trading
nobody
away a
back.
$200 million contract, so of course
We can't get nobody back but Brian. We can't get nobody back but Brian. And which means Jared Allen will probably be involved in that as well.
Yep.
Allen too.
And it clear even more cap space. I think what our 1 year dudes, Matt Strus, Yang, those type of dudes gone.
My thing is this: I don't want us to go after Brian, and this is why I don't like the deal for Garland. That I don't want us to go after Brian and we deplete our whole roster. You know what I'm saying? Especially at this stage of Brian's career. So yeah. I don't want Brian coming back over here to be Brian and Donovan Mitchell to Mobley.
No, it's gonna be if you do it right, you can get Brandon Ingram, you can get Bi, and possibly LeBron is not coming here. Like you gonna have to Rudy or somebody else with Donovan Mitchell and Austin Reeves at the guard position.
Whatever it is they're gonna do, it's gonna have to be them building the team around Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
flat out. Hey, so, listen. Mitchell now, get that. The Lakers. Donovan Mitchell is the most coveted player in free agency right now for the Lakers. Now they want him bad.
It's either him. It's a couple of people they're looking at. Mitchell, Trae Young, either one of them guards in Atlanta, Trae Young or DeJounte Murray. But I don't think it's gonna be DeJounte because they would have did that this past trade deadline. So I can't see it being DeJounte Murray, but I could definitely see it being Trae Young. But the whole thing is Mitchell, man. Listen, I hope he can get this done quick. He a man of his words. He like Cleveland. He happy here. Let's get this done quick. So in the offseason, after the draft, we'll know what we gonna do with Darius Garland since he don't want to be here. Mitchell resign, and we could build this team, get some nice quality pieces to build around Donovan Mitchell. I like the BI situation, and then hopefully we get BI and maybe sign him to a 2, maybe 3 year extension. So you still got your core and Mitchell, BI, and Evan Mobley. Jared Allen, depending on you, if you might have to throw him somewhere. I don't know.
I said the only reason why I trade Jared Allen right now is because of the backlash he took. That he want to take.
I was thinking that.
Plus, right now, Allen is your most expendable. Him and Garland is the most expendable on your team.
I agree.
So you get more from them than just trying to get rid of a Matt Strus or a Niang. You know what I'm saying? So you have to give up. You got to give up something to get something back.
No,
so you'll have LeVert, you'll have Okoro, Mitchell.
I throw Okoro in there too because
Mobley, Okoro, LeVert, Mitchell.
The Okoro too, and he on his like he'll be a free agent this year. So I
like Okoro, man. I like Isaac.
I like his defense. He don't score a lot of points, but I like his defense.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. Mitchell, get it done, man. Stay here in Cleveland, man. Bring the city another championship. You've been to the playoffs twice since being here. Last year we was in the first round. You got to the second round this year.
Come on home, Brian, and bring Clay with you. He a free agent.
Man, my dude asking for a lot, man. he asking for a lot. He asking for a lot with little. Asking for a lot with little.
If David Griffin could pull off the trade, the moves of the centuries to maneuver how he maneuvered with all those veterans, getting all those veterans to come here to get to keep us competitive against Golden State. Man, look, anything can happen in the NBA.
But guess what? Guess what? The Cavs don't got a David Griffin. They got Kobe Altman.
I know, man.
Kobe Altman. They don't have David Griffin.
He like to get sauce too.
He messed up the deal. He messed up the deal for Paul George.
Who? David Griffin?
Yep.
Yeah, we could have Paul. We could have Paul George, Bron, and Kyrie all on the same team. Man, that would have been nice.
It would have, but Paul George, he don't show up when it comes to the playoffs. He didn't show up in Indiana.
No, he was balling in Indiana in the playoffs. Like, he used to get branded in the business.
Yeah,
that Miami squad. Paul George gives him the business. The business, man. I like Paul George. Appreciate you, JD. Appreciate you. Before we get up out of here, man. We got about 2.5 more months to that football season really get going. But just recently, they just released the whole NFL schedule, and the Browns schedule probably like the toughest in the NFL. We opened up against the Dallas Cowboys. How y'all feeling the schedule, man? What y'all liking, disliking? You know what I'm saying about the schedule?
I had to go back and look at the schedule.
I knew he about all of them.
Here we go.
So,
Here we go.
We open with the Cowboys.
I think that's gonna be a dub.
We go to the Jags. We come back home to the Giants. We go to the Raiders. I'm going to that game. Then we go to Washington. Come back home for the Eagles. No, go to the Eagles. Come back home for Cincinnati, Ravens, Chargers. Go to the Saints. Back home with the Steelers. Fly out to Denver. Go to the Steelers. Come back home for the Chiefs. Slide out to Cincinnati. Come back home for the Dolphins. And then go to the Ravens. Listen, man. Right off top, Cowboys made the playoffs. Jaguars didn't. Giants didn't make the playoffs. Raiders didn't make the playoffs. Commanders didn't make the playoffs. Eagles made the playoffs, got put out in the first round. Bengals didn't make the playoffs. Ravens won the division. Chargers didn't make the playoffs. Saints didn't make the playoffs. Steelers didn't make the playoffs, did they?
Steelers made it.
Oh, yeah, they barely made it, right? Denver didn't make the playoffs. Kansas City Chiefs, they was in the top 4, right? Miami Dolphins made the playoffs. So Ravens, Dolphins, Chiefs, Dallas, Philly,
Steelers.
The
Steelers. But see,
are the only ones that made actually made the playoffs last year.
But that's tricky though, because you look at teams like Cincinnati, man. Like we know they ain't nothing without Joe Burrow. We know that.
Right.
With Joe Burrow in there, they a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but with Kevin Stefanski seems to have Cincinnati's number. I mean, we've been beating Cincinnati since Kevin Stefanski got here. I'm not looking for anything more than a sweep, anything less than a sweep of Cincinnati. Sorry. I feel good about the schedule. So I'm not gonna give y'all my record, not just yet. I'm not gonna do it, but I know there's some more moves that's probably gonna be made before training camp. Right before the start of the podcast, before we start the season, is when I'll give my record prediction. But I feel good about our schedule, and I really think we could be successful. We got a lot of depth. We pulled in a lot of depth this offseason. So our 53 man should be solid. And we got some nice reserves to come up and play in case of injury. So
I was about to say, health is our main. Health be our main thing.
Oh, that's our main thing. But you gotta realize it's a 17 game, 18-week season.
10-7.
What'd you say, Kels?
7.
You said 10-7? Oh, you just off the back with it, huh?
10-7, yup. 10-7. And I'm
Woo.
taking this on for one or two reasons is this. What in the hell we gonna get for Deshaun Watson? That's the question I want to know. If
Hey
Deshaun,
man, if we go 10-7, if we go 10-7,
that's what I'm saying.
if we go 10-7, Deshaun is out of here, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. But now
it's put up or shut up. It's put up or shut up. Ain't no more rush.
According to reports, Deshaun Watson feeling good. He say this is the best he done felt in years. He ready to come in here, and we gonna see a different Deshaun Watson.
I really wouldn't be surprised that Deshaun came here with that hurt ass arm. I really wouldn't be surprised.
Is he what?
That he either got injured when he only had we only had like 6 games with him, or he really got hurt during the Baltimore game or whatever the case might be. But to shake off the rust and all that, no, we're not doing shaking off no rust. It's full throttle. We got the Cowboys first game.
Also, it's that Nick Chubb is running at full speed.
They said Nick Chubb, he rehabbing well. They said they expected him to be back early in the season, possibly week 1.
Last I looked at it, it was saying that he might, the Browns might take their time with him, especially which they should. And for real, I mean, I wouldn't bring him back till midway. Let's see what
we do got Deontay Foreman that we signed. Also, what's his name? Nate Himes.
Yeah. So I mean, we got depth at the position, so I wouldn't rush Chubb back unless
I'm gonna be more the punt returner dude though. I feel.
Well, this new kickoff shit is ridiculous.
So
now that's gonna be a big thing. Hey, run that schedule by me again. I ain't got it in my face. I'm about. Kill, you say 10-7? Okay.
Yeah.
We got Dallas.
Right. At home against Dallas, September 8th.
I think we go beat Dallas.
Go to the Jaguars. We beat Jaguars. We beat the Giants. We come back to the Giants at home. We beat them.
That's 3.
We go to the Raiders. That's 4. We go to the Commanders. That's 5. By the time we go to the Eagles, October 13th.
That's 5.
You know what? Be 5-0.
The fan in me said we're gonna beat the Eagles 6-0, but I'm gonna just say
that's 6-0. That's 6-0.
I'm gonna say 5-1. I'm gonna say 5-1.
I'm gonna say 5-1 and 6. I'm gonna say 5-1, 6-0. We come back home against the Bengals. That's 7-0 or 6-1.
I say
we got the Ravens at home. That's
6-2.
That's 7-1.
That's 6-2.
Or 8-0. We got the Chargers at home. That's 9.
Hold on.
Go to the Saints. Hold on, bro. You asked me to read.
I'm the biggest Browns fan in my life. It's nowhere in hell the Browns gonna be 9-0.
Hey man, you sound like Vegas with that 10-7. Vegas really got us at 9-8. But in order to win a division,
the fan in me would love to see. The fan in me would love to see 9-0, 10-0. But realistically, I see at that mark.
Because some of them games that you think we're gonna win, we might end up losing. We always play.
Just hear me out, man. Okay, we're gonna go back to the schedule. So let's say by the time we get to the Saints, we 7-2, just realistically. But we already see what we got going on our first 9-10 games, right? Then we go to the Saints. That's a dub. We come home to the Steelers. That's a dub. That's 11 games where we could be 9-2 or 11-0. We got we got to go to the Broncos. Then we go back to the Steelers. Now that's a 50-50 game, but we should beat the Steelers. So hey, what the hell? The real test don't come until when? December 15th. Can we beat the Kansas City Chiefs at home?
And that's the game I think we gonna beat them.
Yeah, I think we gonna beat.
I think so too. And then we turn around and go to Cincinnati.
Kansas City. So you feel like what you saying? By the time we get to Kansas City, we gonna be undefeated?
I'm saying it's a strong possibility that we got a solid ass record, an unbelievably solid ass record. The way they say we got the hardest schedule.
We got the 5th hardest schedule in the NFL, and we gonna be laughing.
But by the time we get to Kansas City, we talking about what, 13 games? We could very well be like 11-2.
So you banking on
10-3.
Ask this question.
And 10, I say 10-3, 11-2. Then
So
we go to the Steelers. That's a dub. The Chiefs. We should beat them at home. Then we go to the Bengals. We should beat them. Then we come home to the Dolphins, Blaze, December 29th, and it's gonna be cold, bruh.
You never know; it might be warm as hell.
It'll be, but it ain't that Miami weather. And then we finish out with the Ravens. We finish out at the Ravens.
So you basically
that game right there. That game right there could be for the division.
So you no. That game better not be for the division. According to what you said, we should already have the division.
Yeah.
But what you going by, we about to be either 15-2 or 14-3. One of the two. Which means ain't no the last game of the season, we should be resting.
Everybody.
Like
hell kicker. Stefanski should be at home drinking a beer.
Right.
Hey, the fan of me would love to see 15-2, 14-3. Oh my goodness, would love to see that.
Man, you talking about best.
I mean, let's. I'm gonna run the schedule back to you now.
You heard the schedule.
Put it. I'm gonna run it back to you slowly so you can put it in your own mind.
This
is the order. This is the exact order: Cowboys,
1,
Jaguars,
2,
Giants,
3,
Raiders,
4,
Washington,
5.
Them 14 we can
at Eagles. We at the Eagles.
5
We at
1.
the Commanders. We at the Raiders.
5-1, 6-1. I see 7-1.
Bengals at home.
7-2.
Ravens at home.
7-3.
Chargers at home.
8-3.
Bye week.
That's week 10, right?
Yep. We go to the Saints.
That's kind of that game is.
That's a scary game. That's a scary game. That's a good game we can lose.
It is a scary game, but for some reason we tend to play the Saints kind of tough down in New Orleans.
Okay. Let's just say we get out to the Browns.
We owe them one because they beat us here in the snow.
I will remember that.
Then we got after the Saints, we come home to the Steelers.
9-4.
We go to the Broncos.
That's a hard game.
Then we back at the Steelers.
11-4.
Then we got the Chiefs at home.
12-4.
We at the Bengals.
13-4.
Dolphins at home.
14-4.
At the Ravens.
That's a loss. We gonna lose at least one time in our division.
We're gonna lose. I want to say this, and I'm not. Don't want this to happen, but
me and you are like a game or so apart.
The game that we were supposed to win, we're gonna lose, and the game that we shouldn't win, we're gonna win. That's happening every year.
I'm expecting this year to be a lot different, man. With the depth, with what we are trying to put together with Deshaun Watson, with the coaching. You know what I'm saying? A new offensive coordinator. I'm gonna
say this. Why would more or less lean on your side, Dar, is this. I got all the confidence in the world in our defense and what Jim Schwartz be doing. I don't like how he switched shit up in that playoff game. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he didn't stick to the script on what we've been doing all season, but I'm confident in Jim Schwartz and the defense. If we can get Deshaun Watson, he's going to be the key factor. He's going to be the key. If we could get Deshaun Watson 80% of what he was the MVP season that he was considered winning the MVP in Houston, I think the Browns could be a very scary team. With you adding, and again, of course, health is the main priority. If we healthy, when you got a Amari Cooper, you got a Jerry Judy, you got a David Njoku. You say who kills?
Elijah Moore, because I think
Elijah Moore, Tillman, and then you got Nick Chubb, who will be coming back. Add Deontay Foreman, you still got Ford. If we can stay healthy, and if Deshaun Watson can give us 80%, 85% of what he was in Houston, his MVP season, or what he's considered MVP candidate, I think the Browns can be very, very, very scary. So, and I think them wins can probably rack up on how you believe in the wins can rack up the way it is.
And speaking from last season, what was the biggest lesson learned last season? For me, it was just on the outside looking in was the Browns, the organization, Stefanski, Schwartz, the team itself got to see how important hosting a playoff game, how important it was. So in order to host a playoff game in the NFC North, in the AFC North, you got to flat out win the division. Flat out. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. Ain't no time.
Our biggest lesson from last year was not getting home field in the playoffs?
Huh?
So you said our biggest lesson was not getting home field in the playoffs last year?
When it came to the playoffs, absolutely.
Because our defense,
but I mean, we don't get me wrong, we was banged up at quarterback, so who knew, right?
No.
They didn't even expect us to go, right? Even with Flacco.
I ain't about to let that, because when Flacco came aboard, it was.
Yeah, you wanted
Flacco couldn't do nothing wrong. It was Flacco. Flacco going to the bowl. Flacco this and that, and he choked.
I drunk all the Kool-Aid. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
No, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Now stand by it. He was our best option.
What?
You know what I'm saying? He was our best option until he wasn't a good option. And that's the whole thing in Houston. I mean, Houston played a hell of a game, but at the same time, when we didn't travel, we was 8-1 at home.
Of course.
We didn't travel. The most of our losses was road games. We didn't travel well, defense nor offense.
Our defense didn't travel the road though. Kills, last word. Go ahead.
That's the way I took out the most out of this whole season, that our defense did not travel.
Yeah.
If our defense traveled this year, then I can be like, I'll come back on this very podcast and be like, Dar, you right. But only if our defense travel. If our defense don't travel, we are 10-7 at best.
Only reason why I'm
10-7 is a regression from 11-6.
Sure is.
We gotta be 11-6 or 12-5 or 13-4. There's no more room for Stefanski to regress. There's no room for John Watson to regress. There's no room for none of that.
That is.
Listen. Look at the quarterbacks we are playing from this year, from last year. We are playing Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Or Jackson twice. A healthy Joe Burrow twice. You got Russell Wilson in twice in Pittsburgh. You got Justin Herbert. You got a lot of good Patrick Mahomes. You got a lot of good quarterbacks this year.
Okay, so we didn't play good quarterbacks last year?
No.
We played Lamar twice. We played Burrow. What was the Browns schedule last year, man?
I'll bring it up.
We ain't played the quarterbacks that we played this year.
Hold on.
We played Trevor Lawrence. We played who?
And don't say Trevor Lawrence is a bum.
No. We played Lawrence.
We played Justin Fields. Did we play the Bears last year?
Justin Fields didn't play that game. I don't. Yeah,
no, Justin Fields ain't played. What was his name? Nugent?
Huh? All right, we played We played Justin. We played Burrow. We played
Hey, Burrow won.
we played who was the quarterback in Tennessee?
We played, damn.
Ryan Tannehill.
Tannehill didn't play
We
that.
played Lamar Jackson. We played Brock Purdy. We played
One quarterback.
we played the Colts quarterback.
We played
the Seahawks quarterback.
We ain't playing Anthony Richardson. We played
Gardner Minshew. We played the backup.
We played Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew.
Okay.
And he almost beat our ass.
Because of why? Our defense don't do what?
Our defense ain't travel. I already know.
There you go.
We lost to the Seahawks.
With Geno Smith.
A
Okay.
game
we should have lost.
All right. We played the Rams. We wasn't even out of that game until the last 2 minutes, until the last 5 minutes.
Because
we did play the Bears. We did play Justin Fields. We played Houston, but C.J. Stroud wasn't playing at the time.
And what happened? What happened when he played?
We got mauled.
Because what happened?
Joe Flacco threw 4 picks.
What? So that's what I'm saying. Our defense got to show up. Our defense got to show up this year.
Yeah, we didn't play Kyler Murray last year. We killed them boys at home.
Are better this year than we played last year. That's all I'm saying. That don't mean.
And in the essence, you're right, Kels. Don't get me wrong. You right. The on paper right now, the starting quarterbacks are better than what we have, right? But
can we really say Russell Wilson? What Russell Wilson? Huh?
We lost to Russell Wilson on the road.
Again. You said where on the road?
So our defense have to travel this year.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But I'm not gonna discredit the quarterbacks that we're scheduled to play. But
I am.
I'm not gonna discredit them. But what I'm gonna say is this: they know what type of defense they gotta come play. So it's just as scary for them as it might be for us. And
I get that. But
the biggest dog win, right?
On the road.
So Deshaun Watson gonna have to play. He gonna have to let the Russ go. He gonna have to play. He gonna have to play 80, 85, even maybe 90% of what he was. He gonna have to show. We got running backs. We got depth at running backs. We got depth, I think, at tight end. We got depth on our defense. I think we're in good shape. I think Andrew Berry built this team in this offseason because they knew we didn't have a lot of depth. We carrying 5 quarterbacks right now.
Yeah,
5 quarterbacks right now.
At the end of the day,
going into OTAs.
At the end of the day, it's all gonna boil down to 3 key things. 1, defense. I agree, Kells got to travel this year. Got to.
I like Tyler Huntley over Jameis Winston, though.
Deshaun Watson, got to. This is your year to give us something that we felt we paid you for to give us. And then 3 is going to be health. We do them things, I believe the Browns will be in good shape to be fighting for that division and winning the division this season. Hey, y'all, great show, man. Great conversation.
Kells, you said 10-7?
Yeah, Kells said 10-7.
All right. You know what? I ain't even gonna wait. 14-3, and we win the division.
Woo! I knew it. I'm gonna give us 11 to 12 wins. 11 between 11 and 12 wins. Hey,
I hope so. I mean, I'm a
14-3. I definitely hope so too. I appreciate everybody that tuned in on the Signature Series Network, man. I appreciate it, man. Keep supporting the show, man. That made me feel good seeing that number, man. That made me feel good.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
We're gonna run it up from here.
Right. Everybody that tuned in on Facebook as well. Y'all keep it coming, man. We're gonna keep giving y'all some great conversation, great content
Absolutely.
For myself, for Kels, for Dar. Catch us again Wednesday. Y'all know what it is. All day, every day. Stay safe out here in these streets, man. And we'll see y'all next time. Deuces.
Peace.
Peace.